Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining for a little bit of a last minute stream. I've got J.R. Jones with me for an ITSL playoff game featuring Jeremy Anders and Feng Lin. It's winner go home Twilight Struggle today. And we'll be watching from Jeremy's side. He's down 1-0, so needs to win this one. If he does, we will play game three right afterward. So Jr., thank you for joining, and glad you're here. What do you think of this opening hand?
I think, wow, that is a terrific opening hand. We have a ton of ops. We don't have any access, which is a bummer, but we do have CIA, which with no access can be kind of nice. If you get that out on turn one, you don't have to show decall or decstall and make it kind of awkward. So I would be thrilled to have this hand. We've got two 4 ops, we got some 3 ops that are playable. Yeah,
Yeah, this is nice. So this will be. I think this is a pretty clear purge headline, isn't it? I
yeah,
sometimes like to be conservative and headline Asia when I have no access, but a purge here seems real nice.
yeah. With after you purge him, I mean, there's no way you're getting dominated in Asia right away. So even if you purge him and you miss a roll completely, if he tries stepping into Pakistan or something, he can't take Dom AR1. So
Yep.
I think, yeah,
I
clear
think yeah,
purge for me
this
as
is a
well.
clear purge. Now, obviously, if Fing sets up Marshall, then NATO becomes an issue that you don't necessarily want to give on turn one. But if he doesn't do that, then you are absolutely flush with ops. So you can definitely spare the 4 ops of purge. Then you just give away CIA AR5, containment AR6. Maybe you hold De Gaulle to turn two if you can, to try and contest France. Then so many choices here. Obviously no access cards, but you've got everything else you want.
Yeah, and it'll be up to him a little bit, but with purge, there's even the chance he could just event De Gaulle at some point during the turn and kind of bully his way into France. A little risky without Truman knowing where that is, but it is an option for him.
Yeah, I mean, if Feng tries to fill up France early while purged, um,
Oh, maybe we won't be playing this hand at all.
yep, okay,
Well, no choice there. You have to remake, and that sucks. That was a pretty good hand.
yeah, okay. Well, some early awkwardness on the stream. Yeah, yeah, the optional cards give a pretty clear edge to the U.S. Um, so I think forfeiting and giving up the play deck points and restarting is fine. But that's a bad break for Jeremy. This is a nice hand for him that is going to go by the
Yeah.
boards.
Um. Wait, did you say you think no optional cards is advantage for the U.S.?
Sorry, I'm saying the optional cards are an advantage
Oh,
for the
okay.
U.S. So
Yes, yes, yeah.
it clearly, yeah, you can't play the game without the optional cards. Um,
And yep, correct. They weren't there. I mean, it sucks, but you pretend that you never had that hand.
yeah,
So just try not to think about it much.
and maybe we'll see decall Vietnam and okay,
Okay,
this isn't
I'm
bad
I'm still
either.
okay with this one.
I think I like
I
the other one a
I,
little better, but this
I
is
feel the same
fine.
way, but yeah, this you can work with this. This will work just fine, I think.
All right, now you have defectors in hand. You're not going nuts with a D-stall headline here, are you? You're just going to go Nasser?
No, no, I'm a coward. Yeah, I'm going Nasser pretty easily. Um, Nasser, and then I'm probably spreading with NATO on AR1.
Yeah, and Jeremy comments, glad I still have a decent hand. So IP War, always a good card to have in your own hand. Defectors seems like a nice hold here. You could space US Japan or use it to take South Korea, do the trade there. CIA, the management of CIA is going to be tricky. You want to hold defectors. You want to get CIA out and destall. So we'll see. We'll see how quickly DEF CON goes down. The Nasser headline should help DEF CON go down and maybe make destall a little bit cleaner. Okay.
Yeah,
And so Jeremy
this
snips
is
Middle
very
East in the
nice.
headline. Um, And we naturally root we naturally root for the player, at least subconsciously, whose side we are watching. But we do have a little bit of a rooting interest for Jeremy even beyond that in this first one because if he wins, we will see a second game here. We will see a second game here tonight. So okay, we see the coup there and a roll of a 4. So wipes him out of the Middle East. Of course, Middle East already scored. And so what are you expecting here, Jr.? Lebanon, Malaysia, France, or that?
Well, now looks like we're going to South Korea.
Okay, and Jeremy misses on the roll, so a nice break there for Feng. Jr., you've commented to me before that you love trying this play, and it always fails for you.
I honestly cannot remember the last time that I've entered a Korean War for my opponent and it didn't fail. And I'm pretty pro just going with the USJ swap for South Korea, but I think now at this point it's a must space, and I would have spaced it over defectors there. I like the space there, but I think I would have gone with USJ.
Yeah, definitely. I would have liked to try and hold defectors and get rid of USJ. You really don't want to give it here. Then again, if DEFCON goes down, you just take Pakistan, take India. You're not getting domination in Asia anyway, in all likelihood, unless you're going to use D-stall in Southeast Asia, which I'm not sure would be wise. So yeah, that's a little bit tricky because you do not want to give U.S. Japan too early. Yeah, this is a little bit tricky for Jeremy.
Yeah, there's a small chance Feng probably isn't going to coup Iran here or something, but if he did, you could just throw one D-stall into Thailand maybe and get away with that. But I do see your point that, yeah, as long as you take India and Pakistan, you're not getting dominated in Asia. And with the IP war in hand, you're even a little more secure than usual on that.
I still would like to secure Burma by the end of the early war just to really lock in 3 battlegrounds in Asia so I don't have to worry about it. But, you don't always have the ops to do that. Should we talk more about Burma on the air? I think that's what we should do.
Yeah, it's a very important country. Okay. Feng playing just classic, just play these bad red events and get rid of them.
JR, what do you think I think about that play?
I think you love that play. I think you are standing up and applauding as we speak.
Oh man, dumping De Gaulle into an empty France, such a good feeling. And the only thing better is if you do it while you're contained.
Okay, Jeremy being a little aggressive here.
Okay, I don't mind this. You put a second in France, and I think I assume that the idea here is you force if Feng wants to coup, he can, but you have the war, and then you can take France with U.S. Japan. Of course, if you eat a coup, you roll big, you take France to U.S. Japan, you're definitely getting dominated in Asia, unless you win the war. So, but I think Feng will respect the threat, fill up France, and then Jeremy can either go into India or coup, or he can give CIA.
I was thinking about giving CIA.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty decent play here, and I'm not sure what Feng will do with the op.
Yeah, because I would give CIA right now, I think, and you hope then you're probably gonna give up a coup in Pakistan, but unless Feng rolls a 6, it's fine. Ooh, we're gonna coup Panama with CIA in hand. Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, exactly, and I think maybe now Jeremy's rethinking that for that reason. Because if we coup Panama, he will probably immediately coup back. Maybe Jeremy's thinking because he's not in Malaysia, he might be able to get away with it, but I don't think that's worth the risk. I don't want to have to hold CIA here.
Yeah, I hate showing D-stall this early with CIA, but I think you have to do it. And then I think that if assuming Feng coups here, I think a coup of Panama with CIA makes a ton of sense. Try and knock him out of there. Then you can de-stall into South America at your leisure.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think if I was Feng here, I would not take a coup. I might go Malaysia.
I think
I
Malaysia's
might
fine.
go Colombia.
Yeah, boy, I
I
was
probably wouldn't go
thinking Colombia,
Colombia.
but boy, with DEF CON at 4, seems a little early for Colombia.
Yeah.
He does go with it. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're Jeremy, you got to coup that, right? Don't you?
Yep. Yeah. I would coup that right back.
Oh, and he gets. I didn't actually see the roll, but you can see he's got 4 in there, so he must have rolled. That would be a 6, right?
Yeah, I believe that was a 6.
Oh, and just gonna coup. I assume coup that right back. And again, a little bit of lag rolls a 2. So now Jeremy wins the coup war, but DEF CON's at 4. Are you gonna march right into Venezuela? I guess you have to, don't you? What are you gonna do
You
here?
could you could coup Panama, which is what Jeremy did, um, to lower the DEFCON a little first. But you're still kind of in the same issue.
Yeah, the coup of Panama is a good one because you protect Pakistan. That is important. Okay, now we're going to see a one-op coup of Colombia. And he's just going to hope, I assume, to empty it out a little bit, I guess. And... Oh, now a
Oh,
6 there. And now Jeremy in an awkward position. Yeah, he's pulling out D-stall right away. Sorry for the lag here on the video. Oh, and this is an
yeah, Jeremy's
awkward...
internet.
Yeah, this is awkward because yeah, and you've got to leave. You can't leave yourself presenceless after an EEU, so you can destall here and just give a big coup.
I think I would take the last one out of Syria and just not worry about the Middle East
Yeah,
for a while.
yeah. So you're conceding Lebanon if you do that, but Middle East is scored, so I think it's okay.
You could take one out of France, but I like having it at 5-2.
I would not. Yeah, I would definitely not take out of France. Sakhovs and Suez are still around even with the Gaul gone. Um,
I like one of these going into Thailand. I think
Definitely.
I think I would spend one over there. It looked like he was about to
Absolutely.
spend 4 in the Americas, and I think one should get over in Asia.
So Thailand is a no-brainer to me. Um, Chile is a no-brainer to me. Where are you putting your other two?
I think I might go Venezuela, Brazil.
Did he take out of
And
Pakistan?
he did, which I don't like. I think Syria is better than Pakistan.
I don't like this either. I also don't like 2 into Thailand. I like just 1. Much better.
So I guess he's worried about like him walking into Malaysia. But if he walked into Malaysia, I mean, DEFCON's at 4. We can just start spreading on AR1. You do give up a coup in Asia, but you're giving up a coup in Asia no matter what at this point.
Yeah, you give a coup in Asia, and you have the China card. I do not like 2 in Southeast Asia. Um, I'd much rather see. I'd be fine with Venezuela, Brazil. I would be. In fact, I kind of like Venezuela, Brazil, to be honest. Just give yourself a guaranteed footprint in South America. Hope you get decall or a coup to help you out on turn 2 or 3 in Africa, and get Thailand. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
Syria is that important.
I agree that I like Syria better than Pakistan for the removal, and this is the destall that I would do though. This is ops
This is the
placement
second
wise.
half of destall that I would do. I don't like the first half where you
Yes,
took out
yes,
Pakistan.
correct.
But yes, this is
But now, I mean, if you still have Pakistan, a decall headline, which we can do because defectors is gone. Oh,
well, I
changing his
don't
mind
like this at
completely.
all. You're just gonna go for okay. You're just gonna go for a coup and give up Japan. Oh boy, now a poke of North Korea gives Feng domination. I don't know. He probably has higher priorities at this point, but that's a little scary. I would have much
Yeah, I mean,
rather held U.S. Japan.
a poke of North Korea and just one into Malaysia, and we're in deep trouble even long term. Oh, but he has a one op, so it looks like we are going to see a coup here.
No, this will be Malaysia. Yeah.
Okay, reasonable. That does give us some D-stall fuel, so that helps with that a little bit.
Yeah, and maybe okay. So yeah, and maybe a little bit of a mistake by Feng to CD stuff, but maybe his other card was decall. Um,
Yeah. Wait, no, that was his last card, right?
oh,
He
did he
played
play
blockade
blockade?
early in
That's
the
right.
turn.
That's right. He played blockade, so that was his last card. So he had no choice. Okay, he had no choice. That makes sense because you really don't want to give that. Now defectors is gone. You can destall here. I think Jeremy would have really liked to draw a duck. Um,
Yeah, it would have been great, but I like the D-stall headline here.
Yep, I think you have to now that you have it. Also, this is all four out of no, not two there. No, just one. Right? Are you gonna go two and coup?
I think he's going to go 2 and coup, especially with the Brazil op there, because now he still gets Venezuela if the Brazil coup goes poorly for him, is what he's thinking.
Yeah. Okay. No decall, and you all. Okay, so he's gonna go South Africa. I don't like South Africa.
No, I don't either. I think.
Okay, so you got to take a coup here, but where are you gonna coup? You're gonna. Oh, he coups South Africa and he hits.
Okay, you know what? Maybe South Africa was a great play.
Yeah.
Maybe it worked out. Maybe it worked out just fine.
Wow, that's a great play. Well, that
Okay,
would have
so
worked out
now
very well. I didn't like. I don't like going into South Africa. You set yourself up for a weird chicken game when DefCon goes to two, and usually you lose it because what Feng should do, how Feng should have responded if he had one in there, as I'm sure you would agree, Jr. Is just you go with a 3-up garden variety 3-up, one Angola, one Thailand, and it puts Jeremy in a very bad spot.
yep. And this is going to be a Colombia coup, right?
Yep. Yeah, I just had a
Mm,
game recently where
okay.
my opponent my opponent and I just cooed Colombia back and forth for an entire turn in the early war, because and he knew I had D stall and I didn't have enough fuel, and we just it was I was trying to get a clean D stall. I was hoping Colombia would empty out, but it never did. So okay, here we are. So DefCon now at 3. Jeremy has used D stall to get Thailand. He got into South Africa, so he'll be able to get Angola and Zaire first, and then he'll get the bottom half of South America. The question is, do you want to abandon the top half? Um, this is crazy, but if Jeremy wants to lower DEFCON, he has to coup Israel. So JR, what would you do here? Would you coup Colombia back? Oh, he would. JR, I can't hear you. JR, I cannot hear you. Okay. Well, we're going to continue on without JR for a second. Okay. So 3 in Colombia now. Yeah, okay, I hear you now, JR.
Okay, perfect. I was gonna say I did like a Colombia coup there, just to try and whittle him down and maybe even force him to play into Venezuela. Because we have a UN intervention marshal, we can take a big coup on Venezuela and maybe get into the top half that way here.
Yep. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Jeremy kind of ops a little bit here. NORAD seems like something we are not going to give.
What is this going to be 3 Venezuela? No, okay, he's got to stop Asia Dom and then 2 Venezuela. Okay, I'm fine just taking a big swing at Venezuela here.
Yep, that's the play, I think.
I'm fine just taking a swing. And he rolls a 6.
Yeah, this game's easy.
Yep.
I don't know why people think this game's hard. You just roll sixes and fives. It's fine.
Yeah, I played an ITSL playoff game recently. My opponent, I won it, and my opponent at the end said, "Oh man, I played terrible." And there were a couple plays that he made that I thought that I didn't agree with, but I think mostly it was just a case of he took some calculated gambles and rolled ones, which made them look like terrible decisions. Jeremy's taking some calculated gambles and he's rolling sixes.
Yeah, I think if you want to analyze plays in this game, you can't be 100% results oriented with it. You have to be willing to say, okay, even though I rolled a one on anything but a one, that didn't make it a bad play. It just means I lost the 16% chance or whatever.
Yep. Okay, so what's your priority here if you're the U.S.? If you're Feng, you want to get back into Panama, I assume. You want to get
Yes.
Lebanon, and what else?
One Malaysia would not have been my priority. One Algeria is
Algeria,
very important
100%. Yep.
because Jeremy should close that off right now, I think, with AI war here and just take Algeria.
Algeria to me is more important to me than Syria or taking Middle East Dom because I didn't I used D stall. Presumably, I mean, there's a very good chance Fang has decall and is going to hold it with blockade gone. Although it doesn't really matter because we're in South Africa, so never mind. We don't even need decall. What am I saying? What I don't like is Asia is unscored and all of our Asian battlegrounds are not overprotected. And we're certainly not giving
Yeah,
NORAD.
but I'm also worried out of Poca Venezuela. I might reach for the China card here, overprotect Korea, Thailand, and then pop two in Brazil, just so he can't poke Venezuela and then walk into it next turn.
Okay, Jeremy thinking about just giving NORAD for that reason. He wants to take Middle East Dom and overprotect Thailand, both of which are important things. But man, ugh. All right. Well, how bad is NORAD on this board? Right now, on this particular board, NORAD is pretty much fine. Um, but a simple one in Thailand here is a huge problem.
Yeah, the problem with giving NORAD there and then overprotecting Thailand is we run into the same issue if he just pokes it,
Yep.
which he does not. Okay,
Now, to be clear, NORAD is not active yet. So there's
correct,
still only
true,
two in
that's true.
Canada. So he would have to have a four up and go to Canada, one Thailand, which of course he did not have. Okay, here we go. Turn three, a Middle East redraw. Very nice for Jeremy. Getting Purge and the last remaining four up in NTB. Very nice for Jeremy. Getting Truman Doctrine out of the game. Guilt free. Very nice for Jeremy. And a Defectors redraw. Also nice for Jeremy. Doesn't get decalled, but doesn't
And
really need it.
no, decall basically doesn't matter here at the moment. And
And that I believe
unfortunately
that's
for
Europe in Fang's hand. Is that right?
yes, and Asia, correct? Europe
Yes.
and Asia
Believe
in
he's
Feng's
got
hand.
both.
And then I think he has Formosan and Decall. I believe those are his other two. Attempting to card track here a little bit.
Yeah. So this is a clear
So
purge.
yeah, this is
Purge
a
all day,
very
every
very
day.
easy purge.
And I would assume this is an easy Asia headline for Feng. Yes, because Asia could easily get worse very quickly. All right, you have
And
Tillman in
would you?
hand, and I was going to ask, are you going to jam West Germany, or are you going to? Well, not West Germany. You're going to jam France here.
I was about to ask you the exact same question. I think with him purged, I'm pretty pro that. We have Trin in hand, like you said. And what's he going to take a coup on? Algeria or for influence Venezuela while purged? I'm not super worried about those.
Yeah, or he could try a coup on Egypt if he wanted. Even if he hits, he'd have to completely flip the country to stop Dom. I like a jam of France. This would be my play.
Yeah, I think it's a good time to be aggressive. The board looks pretty good, but we would go into the mid war down on the VP track if we let him get Europe off.
Yep. No, you have to fight this. So, Jeremy, you and Marshall, we gave U.S. Japan. NATO was seen it could come back. Okay, and there it is. It did come back. So that was an unknown card. So now what are you doing? You going to jam Warsaw in there? You're going to jam China in there? You're going to give up? What do you do? What do you do, Jr.?
I don't want to give China here, so I would give up. The chances of him having a playable 3-op are just too high for my taste to jam Warsaw in. Um, so I would probably just go ahead and take a Panama coup at this point,
Yep.
which it looks like Jeremy's going to do and fail.
Yeah. Okay. So he clears out Panama, but Feng in Colombia. I'm immediately dropping the scoring.
And,
Yes, absolutely. I'm going to
yeah,
immediately drop the scoring. And if Jeremy wants to coup Colombia while I'm purged, go ahead.
and I mean, then you get some mill-ops too. Like I think that would be great.
Yeah, Jeremy also
Um,
has a lot to do. He's got to score Middle East, and then he needs to spread into Angola and Zaire. He needs to spread into Brazil. He wants to take Argentina. He's got lots of stuff to do and not a lot of ops to do it.
and are you gonna 5-year plan Truman at the end and just clear up your hand, or are you gonna keep Truman around
I'm 5 year planning
and
it and getting rid of it. It's going to do.
your
Yeah, I want both those cards out of my hand. I want Truman out of the game and out of my life. There are no bad scorings around now that Europe has scored. So yeah, I want 5 year plan and Truman out of my hand.
Yeah, I agree.
Plus, I need every possible op this turn with the spreading that I need to do.
Yeah,
This is
and
also a
Fang apparently
situation.
disagrees.
Sorry, go ahead. I said very interesting style of play. I thought Jeremy's plays were relatively straightforward. I had no issue with any of his moves here.
No, I mean, I can see there being an argument for playing the China card there, but I don't know. I don't think there's a need to do that at the moment.
I mean, I
Um,
think if you could just keep pushing, and I mean, worst case you could poke UK with special, and Feng is eventually going to dump the scoring while he's under purge. But that you don't want to just give up a ton of ops to save those 5 VPs when you have so much to do with your ops. I mean, just that initial poke, man. I mean, can you imagine like 4 ops would have let him fill up South America entirely, or let him get into Libya, let him fill up South Africa. There's so much you could have done with 4 ops. Giving up 8 to jam in Europe just didn't seem worth it.
yeah, I agree. Like the spreading in South America here is so important. Getting these African battlegrounds was so important. Um, Honestly, the fact that we're not going to get any into Libya this turn, it looks like, is potentially a huge problem for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I really would like to get one into Libya. I would like it so much that I might consider one Brazil, one Argentina, one Libya. Now, most players would say that's ridiculous because the Middle East is scored and you've got to spread in the unscored regions, and I get that. But man, Libya is a country that once you have it, it's hard to flip. Um, so I really like getting one in there. Those two to me are no brainers. The second in Chile does next to nothing, I think.
Done. So instead of putting 2 in Argentina and 2 in Chile, I would have put 3 in Chile and left Argentina at 1, just for VOA proofing.
Yes. Now, if you go to Argentina, one Chile, that means you're still vulnerable to VOA. VOA can take all 4 of those out, just like it can now. But VOA can't do much with the last one op. I guess North Korea, Thailand, maybe, but it's not doing a ton. So I
No,
would
sorry.
like to see Libya. Um, I think I would like to see Libya with that last op. But okay, all right, I get it.
Maybe we'll just win this war and it won't matter. We'll get some access back to Egypt right away.
Yep. Needs a 5, and he gets it.
And he gets it. Look, it's easy. It's easy.
Yep, easy.
There's his access.
Okay, a lot of blue here.
Okay.
And Marshall, I guess you're giving with Europe scored, but that's really annoying to give. The Pope, also quite annoying. I believe Warsaw is now in the discard, and Eastern Europe is very weak. Duck, obviously a problem. This is going to be a little tricky.
For me, what's my headline here? I might headline Central. Is that crazy? And then just play Duck AR1 to lower DEF CON so that I don't have to worry about giving up Puppet and the Pope on this board.
Yeah. Headline, yeah. If you, yeah, I kind of like. I do hate giving up Duck for giving up those three VPs, but yeah, you have so many other problem cards. The Pope and puppets. Ugh, those both suck. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm not thrilled about giving Marshall either, but that seems like something we just have to give
yeah,
at this point.
yeah, we're just gonna deal with that. Oh, also, Marshall is a big problem for us because that fills Canada, and perhaps Feng did not remember that. Okay, how I learned is a fine headline too. Um, I think now you're just what are we doing
I
against
would how
CRG?
I learned I would how I learned to keep it at 3 so that I could play Duck to repair those 3 African
I was
battlegrounds.
just gonna suggest that. That's a little bit weirder than just putting it at two and playing Marshall. Because the standard play, yeah, I think the conventional play here is just to lower it to two, get your mill ops, and then you play Marshall, you retake Algeria, the 2-1 stabs. Yeah, this is fine, but you got puppets, duck, and the Pope. Now, how bad is puppets? What's puppets going to do? It's going to go into Nicaragua. You can't. It's not going to do Nicaragua, Haiti because we'll dump Central first. We're probably going to go into Libya with it. Maybe go to Saharan, set up realigns on Algeria. I don't know. What's puppets going to do here? JR, I can't hear you again.
All right. If
Yep.
that Can you hear me now?
Yep.
If that happens again, I'll switch over to my phone. But the problem here is we're almost out of ops. I mean, arms race we probably want to event. Kitchen is a 1-up. The
Yeah.
puppet, like Pope, we're spacing or keeping. Duck, we're spacing or keeping. Puppet is 2 ops. We have 2 scores. I think I would give China here just to give myself some protection from puppets.
Yeah.
Maybe maybe get into Libya or take it and take India with China at some point this turn.
Yeah. These events are all bad. I mean, obviously, duck is the worst because you just lose if you give duck. But I like playing China. Um,
Oh,
okay. Well, if you're going to arms race, now's the time.
we do have one more turn if we want to. He won't have a 5-op coup here.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna. What do? You dump Central? I mean, you're gonna lose
I
these
might play.
African battlegrounds. Is there anything you can do to China jam South Korea? Is that a thing?
I think, unfortunately, we just have so many obligations in our hand that getting one out like that and scoring makes sense. And just accept, okay, Africa is we're losing it.
Yep. I'm also very
Oh,
interested in
free
getting.
Muslim.
Yeah. Oh, I'm interested in getting Kitchen out of my hand quickly too. Although I don't know how close it is with South America like it is. Okay. So he gets coup. So he could take that back with arms race, but he probably wants the event. Yeah, I think you just need the ops.
I'm still committed to using China this turn. So no, you're right. If arms race isn't getting evented after this turn anyway, so yeah, you might as well just use arms race there.
Yeah, and I think just taking Brazil back is going to be worth more than three VPs.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, going to take another coup on Brazil, completely ignoring Africa. This is a play of someone who has South America.
yeah. Um, I agree. I would be. I would
Actually,
think he has South America in hand, and I would do China to overprotect my battlegrounds.
well, wait a minute though. Chile was sitting at two at the start of the turn, wasn't it? If he had South America, he could have headlined it.
Maybe he was worried about Allende or something, and he knew he had nuke subs. He thought he could get out of it this way.
Yeah, and I guess Jeremy did fix CRG and take Chile on AR1. Okay, now just a coup in Africa. Okay, so giving up on South
Which
America.
sad for Jeremy to lose Zaire, but probably pretty happy that Usuri River Skirmish wasn't evented at some point this turn. That
Yeah,
event would be pretty painful in Asia.
That's an uncomfortable event for sure. Okay, got a space decall. And he hits the
And
roll.
I think,
Jeremy will space back.
yeah,
Would you space duck, though? I don't know. I might hold on to duck. Um, and see if I maybe want to use it for ops next turn.
I I don't mind getting rid of it here. Just Junta Grain out there, both decent chance we can't use it the next turn.
Yeah. Maybe duck. Duck also potentially could allay Missile Envy. But yeah, okay. Now I'm just going to use kitchen and hold both these bad cards. And Africa looking very different now. Libya?
Yeah, and even with the even with all the effort in South America, he still had plenty of time to flip those African battlegrounds. So
Yeah.
I don't mind taking some swings.
Yeah. Feng was committed to that, to the coup line. And once Jeremy gave Marshall, there was really nothing he could do to dissuade Feng from cooing. Okay. So OAS, so he had some juice there in South America. And interesting hand here, not great. Che will get you something.
Che will get you South America Dom back in the headline.
Yeah, shuttle's fine on this board. Are you going to headline Che? South African get you South Africa, but or probably one South Africa, two Botswana. Are you headlining Gunman here? I don't like
Gunman's pretty
taking.
flexible.
I don't like taking Gunman out of the
With
game, but I guess I'm fine with it here. It's better than South Africa. I think it's better than Che.
yeah, you can repair South America with it if you need to. You can coup Nigeria with it if you get the chance, and maybe get the battlegrounds back to 3-2 in Africa.
Yeah, and if you don't get the chance to coup Nigeria, you can go one Saharan and then flip Nigeria with flower power or shuttle.
Right. That's not what we were hoping to see, though.
Yeah. Okay. So ABM, as a U.S., I'm hesitant to headline ABM with NORAD in effect because it is so strong in an action round to give me a free NORAD op. But obviously a very powerful headline, and you've got a headline if you want to use it to do something like coup Thailand. Thailand coup I don't think makes a ton of sense here with Asia and Southeast Asia both scored, and Thailand is not even going to affect Dom even if he rolls a 6.
Yeah, I think this is just Brazil,
I think it's
or
just
is
a
it
nice
Argentina?
South American coup, isn't it?
Yeah. Are you going Brazil or are you going Argentina with it?
Brazil. I'll go Brazil. I think.
You'll take the one pip less odds on Brazil.
I think so. No,
That's not what I expected.
I don't like that at all. Now Jeremy gets
And he
two
had Junta
coups.
and Missile Envy in hand? And he had Missile Envy and Junta in hand. I mean, he knew he could ABM late.
Okay,
I don't
I
know about
really don't
this
like
one.
that. I really don't like that. Junta is such a better headline there, isn't it? You
Yeah,
headline Junta.
Junta.
It makes Gunman next to useless. Missile Envy would have been a great headline there too. Obviously, he doesn't know that. Um, I had a big mistake by Feng, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. So if you're Jeremy here, are you cooing Nigeria and then cooing
I,
Argentina?
I think I'm just cooing Nigeria and Zaire.
Okay,
I'm gonna let Feng have Argentina. I'm gonna take Uruguay, which gives me Dom and maybe realigns. And I'm gonna coup Nigeria and Zaire and take Africa Dom.
that's reasonable. Um, and you take the second coup with a 4 op, right? Just make sure you get it and
Yeah, I
make
think
it
you
so
have to.
Missile Envy doesn't hurt.
Yes, absolutely. You have to play around Missile Envy now. So yeah, I would take the one op coup of Nigeria.
And a nice 4 op on Zaire.
Now, if I miss this roll, I might not do that. Okay, no, he hits the roll. If he rolled a 1 or a 2, I might not have done that because then we're getting dominated in Africa regardless. Yeah, I like a 4 op coup of Zaire. I know it's a little bit conservative, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to play flower power right now. I don't want to get missile envied. So I think it's a better use of 4 ops to coup Zaire than to coup like Argentina.
Yep,
Um,
for sure. I totally agree. Um, in Africa, I mean, assuming whichever player gets Dom, whichever player gets more battlegrounds gets Dom. In Africa, it's an 8 VP swing. In South America, it's only a 3 VP swing. Control would be 8. Dom is still 5. So this is way more important to
right.
me in Zaire. No, I don't like this. Don't do this.
No, no, no.
Oh,
Take the coup. Just take a coup in Africa.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm taking a 4 op coup in Africa on a 1 stab, and I'm going to just grit my teeth and give up Argentina. But I'm going to take Uruguay back. I might even take Paraguay and set up strong realigns and maybe force a mid-turn junta.
Right. And I mean, we have Che to really mess with
Yeah.
South American non BGs as well. Yes, Jeremy, do this.
Oh, he's thinking about NORAD. Okay. But even then, that doesn't bother me too much. If he puts the worst place for NORAD is what he's gonna. So he could
Algeria
NORAD
is
and
pretty bad.
flip Algeria, yeah, but he can't both take Argentina and flip something else.
That's correct.
So if
So
we
he might
get
even just,
Zaire, he could go one Algeria and flip Algeria, get Africa Dom back, but then we get Argentina and South America control back.
yeah, I like Argentina to help him take it and Paraguay at the same time or something.
Yeah. The coup, yeah, losing the coup here is way more painful than NORAD.
Yep.
Do this, Jeremy.
Don't roll a
And,
one.
and don't roll a 1. Yeah. Okay, he rolled
Okay, he
huge.
did not roll a one.
All right, so what are you doing here? I think I would break. I guess I'd break just to make it essentially the effect of a 2 op and force Jeremy to spend 1 op to fix right away.
I wish I should have written down his whole hand there.
We had
But I don't
Kennedy,
think he had a ton.
EEU, Missile NB, Junta. I think he had
Yeah,
sock govs or something.
that sounds right. But the point being, he doesn't have a ton of ops. So, I mean, maybe we just see him put it in Argentina to help him take it right now.
Yeah, you could see that.
I do agree. I like breaking whenever possible just because you get, 2 ops of value out of it, even if you can't immediately contest the country.
I'm fine with if he wants to do Argentina and take Paraguay before Jeremy does. I'm fine with that too.
But man, I mean, I don't understand the ABM headline, and then I don't understand placing it into South Africa when you see lone gunmen there. I
That makes no sense.
like
It
why
makes
just
no sense
yeah
at all. Allowing
take
Jeremy
a
two coups in Africa is
yeah take a coup, and if you're going to headline ABM, which I don't necessarily agree.
I'm fine with the ABM headline if it was to dodge missile envy, but it wasn't. Jay, I can't hear you. Okay, he's going to play China. He's going to take Argentina and take Paraguay. Okay, so we thought that might happen. A little bit of a conservative play, but I think it's a good one. And now, JR, are you going to space or are you going to take Uruguay back? What are you doing? I think you can space here. We know he doesn't have the scoring.
It does get a little more difficult to actually take Dom if he gets Uruguay as well, just on country count even. So I don't mind taking Uruguay, and maybe you take Uruguay and pop one into an African non-battleground, make him take a coup there.
Yeah, what about Peru? Because I'm a little concerned about Junta into Peru. Okay, he spaced, which I'm fine with.
Per,
I like the space, taking the space roll, and he hit it. What do you think about a junta into Peru here and realigning Chile? Okay, that's just
Definitely a problem here.
you're never gonna get shuttles. Not yeah. You're never gonna get. You're not gonna get anything good when you give two ARs like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. After you watch Jeremy space there rather than play another card or something, I don't think it's I don't think it's that much of a concern.
Yeah.
I don't like the Saharan States play here. He coups that and he sets up a reline immediately on Algeria.
Yes. However, I would say Feng also has access to Saharan states, so he could have just put one in there and
Okay,
poked Chile or something. This way, he has to at least coup it to get in. But it does draw
fair
attention to it,
enough.
of course. If Algeria were
And now
two
I think we'll
zero
see
instead of
Che.
1-3, oh, okay, okay. So he wanted to use Che on the one stabs. Okay, well you're gonna roll a one, then that's for good reason.
I like trying Paraguay here.
Yeah, Colombia doesn't get you a ton, and he emptied it. So now a junta into Paraguay doesn't is not as great. Or excuse me, a junta into Peru and not as good because if you miss on those rolls, you're getting realigned out yourself.
Right. Are you losing enough that you're willing to take that risk at this point? Are you looking at this board and just saying, well, I need something to go my way?
I mean, you're behind battlegrounds in every region other than Europe. Well, and Central America soon to be. Uh, so I don't necessarily hate that. I don't. I like this. This is
Yeah,
fine.
this is a good play.
Now Feng does have
And
Kennedy in
Feng
his back
maybe
pocket, so keep that in mind for future turns.
he also played China this turn, so I wouldn't be shocked if we see Kennedy and Junta as the two hold cards here.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Is you're trying, but Jeremy can make that as not particularly effective by because he's already got four in Venezuela. Brazil's not overprotected, but it's realignable. And yeah, Jeremy obviously will hold puppets here.
I might take a coup on Colombia here with Summit if we don't have something important to respond to, just to try and prevent any potential relines on Venezuela if something crazy happens.
Yeah, that's not bad. Um, okay, well, oh, we forgot about that. So that makes the realigns of Chile less. So yeah, that's my mistake. I forgot about Allende. Junta into Peru not nearly as effective when you've got Allende in your hand. Okay, so Jeremy with Dom in Africa. He's got Dom in South America. I'm fine with a summit coup here, or I'm fine. OPEC is coming. What just happened?
He overprotected Brazil. I
Okay.
was considering overprotect Brazil and then with containment, overprotect. I think overprotecting Algeria is very important at this point with NORAD,
Yeah.
and then like you were going to say, Libya. I think at least getting one more in Libya is a great play.
Yeah. I like that. I mean, now obviously OPEC is already unplayable at three with the VP track like it is for the U.S. So maybe we wait to see what we get. Maybe we'll wait to see if we get OPEC before we do something like fill Iraq. I like one Libya. I definitely like one Algeria. And yeah, you know what is this crazy? I is one Uruguay crazy because I do not want. So on one hand, I do not want NORAD poking Uruguay and then him dropping the scoring, but Junta's likely getting headline number one, so NORAD's probably not triggering next turn. And if our opponent gets a score, he can dump it with Kennedy. So maybe that's not great.
Yeah, I think. Okay, he just full broke Argentina there.
All right. Well,
And
he knows what Fang has. So he has Kennedy, Junta, and I guess we're about to find out what else.
right. I mean, if he makes it, if this forces Fang to play Junta into Argentina here or something, that's a great win, I think,
Yes.
for Jeremy.
Junta, and now that is he did play containment. Okay, there's A for P, and that wasn't getting invented anyway. Okay,
No,
I don't like that play from Jeremy, knowing that your opponent has a guilt-free 3, which then becomes a guilt-free 4. Yeah, I didn't like that at
but
all.
but Quag is here to save us from NORAD hell, and I think that is pretty clearly the headline here.
No doubt about it. This is a Quag headline. You also get OPEC. Um, Panama Canal is annoying, is only mildly annoying with Venezuela at 4. We can space puppets. We can hold Sadat, get OPEC off for probably 4.
Well, there's a decent chance we're seeing Junta in the headline, right? So if we headline Quag, we could even just use Sadat AR1 to place some influence, and then
Oh yeah,
AR2 we
that's
could
true.
retake Egypt or something.
Yeah, but we don't have Libya yet. It's the a grain headline instead of junta. Okay, so there goes NORAD, and what are we gonna get? OPEC is awkward.
I really don't want to give the 3 here. I think you have to. I hate giving that back, but I think you need to give that back.
What if you give
I
it
don't
back?
think you
It's gonna
can
be
just give
worse.
coup.
If you give it back, it's gonna be
Oh yeah,
worse.
okay. You're right. You're right. That's a
I
good point.
think you
It
take the
does make him.
coup and with it, right? You coup Nigeria with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the right play from Feng because that was going to be worse if he gives it back. It's going to be at least 4, maybe 5.
Yeah. That's a good point. I wasn't thinking about that. So now what do you think?
Well, not this.
What about just Lib?
I'm fine with libs. Why are we jamming Argentina?
Well, we're going to take control after he has this Quag roll.
Okay, but we don't have the scoring in hand, and Fang has a known Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my problem. I don't like this.
It's only a best case scenario, it's only a 3 VP difference.
Yeah,
Worst case scenario, it's a 0 VP difference because the scoring card is getting Kennedy away next turn.
yeah. Also, what about assault for? I mean, is filling Libya, filling Iraq, salting for OPEC for 5? Is that nuts? I liked your play of Sadat.
Yeah, so
Pure Sadat. But now, of course, if you do that, you're giving up one of Egypt or Libya because we didn't fill Libya.
right. And taking back Algeria there, even though we're losing in Africa, is still important. You don't want to go down to 4-1.
Yes. Now Brush is unseen, I believe, and Junta known in Feng's hand. Junta not really going to do much.
No, Junta might just get held again so he can headline it next turn and try and get back into South America one more time.
Well, he's definitely holding Kennedy if he's not using it here.
Oh, sure. Right.
This should be Kennedy, I would think, if he has South America. Otherwise,
Yeah.
Otherwise we're holding Kennedy, and when that means we have to play Junta.
Which, if you're Jeremy,
Oh,
well, he is holding nothing. I don't like this.
UN of U2?
No, I know we're down. You're down 11. I know that. Okay, so he doesn't have South America in hand, and he was worried that if he gave U2, he was going to lose the game, I guess. But I don't know. I think you take that risk.
We're in. Yeah, I mean, he's clearly in hope he doesn't have it land.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
At some point.
yeah, I think you got to hope that your opponent doesn't have South America, because you're going to lose this fight.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh man.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine with this because now you don't have to worry about Kennedy.
Yeah. I didn't know what was left in the deck, but I thought we were about to see something that would have been a disaster. But you went to save one VP.
Yeah, if Jeremy has South America, we've lost anyway. That's 19. I mean, CIA's gone. Grain and Duck are seen. We're behind in. I mean, yeah, we're ahead in Africa. So
U2 does not give the second VP if you just play UN for ops, correct?
yes. So you can play the event first, and then play UN for ops, play Junta for ops or the event, and then hold Kennedy.
Right.
You're so far behind. You just need to hope your opponent doesn't have the scoring. You can't play as if he does.
Yeah.
I don't like this play from Feng.
Because yeah, like you said, holding Kennedy here is just so important. And you know what? You're up one game, so you lost game 2. Okay, well let's go next. We'll go to game 3. It'll be fine.
All right. So what do we do in the rest of the turn? I was thinking about filling Libya, filling Iraq, salting for OPEC, but with Feng's line of play, obviously that wasn't possible.
Right. And
And we
now,
gotta
I mean, I
defend
think now
Africa.
we're not eventing salt.
No, I think we need
We
mil
have 0
ops.
mil ops. Yeah, and we have 0 mil ops, so we don't want to put ourselves in mil op hell for no reason.
Yeah.
Fang, I guess, just thinking about if he can fight in South America at all, but you can't at this point.
No, he
So
would need to
just
have
ignore
brush.
it.
If he has brush, there it is. Kennedy for ops. Kennedy for ops when when your opponent has an unscored control on the board on turn 6. That just
One,
makes
two,
no sense
three,
to me.
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this play he blocks Africa with 2 ops here.
Yeah. Yeah, libs for ops is
He
weird,
doesn't.
but that's what you're doing, right? Or are you gonna play salt for ops?
I might play Salt for ops. Go
What are you doing with the third?
Zimbabwe, Sudan,
Oh,
Algeria,
Sudan. Yeah, okay. Sudan's fine. Yeah,
or Libya, or actually Libya. We're giving Sadat at some point, so Libya is also reasonable.
yeah. We
And
totally
then
keep
you
Libya.
can choose if you want to get Milops with Panama or Lib Theo later. You lose obviously 1 VP if you only take a 1-op coup, but
Thinking about a coup of Saharan states and allowing a flip of Argentina. Okay, we're going to ignore the poke of Argentina.
Algeria.
Or, sorry, I keep saying Argentina. Yes, Algeria. You're thinking about ignoring that and just threatening him elsewhere, saying, "Okay, I'm dominating in Africa." The problem is you get Algeria flipped, and then you eat a brush on Zaire turn 7, which we haven't seen yet, and then you get controlled.
Yeah,
And we know we're not getting a coup. I know we are getting a coup next turn because Junta's not going to be held. Sorry, I just keep saying stupid things.
I don't like this. Maybe we will event Lib Theo later, but you're up 11. Just stop the Dom in the unscored region.
Yeah. Yeah. This is.
I would play Salt here and just spend it in Africa. Coup with Panama Canal returns.
Yeah, we're clearly not eventing
and then see if I can.
I mean, he's shown an inclination to poke Algeria. You could even just overprotect Algeria with Salt and go Zimbabwe. Lib
Sure,
doesn't need
that'd be fine too.
need to be evented. It's a powerful event, but I'd rather focus on the unscored regions at this point. I would
Okay, if you're doing that,
use it to take countries like El Salvador.
Yeah, if you're doing that, why are you taking El Salvador over Guatemala or Nicaragua or Haiti or even one in Panama?
El Salvador makes no sense to me at all.
No, if I'm Feng, cool, awesome. I'm scoring Africa right now, which he is.
Yeah. That's a big mistake by Jeremy. And now Feng's still behind, but now VP track all of a sudden Feng was thinking he was about to lose the game right there. Now the VP track's only at 6. Now it's about to get much worse with South America.
Well, oh no, I was gonna say, well, Feng has Kennedy, but obviously he does not have
No,
Kennedy.
he doesn't.
Um, if Feng had Kennedy, it would look terrific. Um,
Yeah, he's got a 50-50 shot to dump South America and not have it scored the entire game until final. Camp David's a great event here.
that's
That's
painful.
problematic. Jeremy still needs mill-ops, as we have pointed out. But
I would take
you
Libya.
need to take
I would
Libya
take
here.
Libya with Sadat.
Yeah, I
I would take
hate
Libya with
that.
Sadat here.
Oh, I hate that, but that's what you've got to do. You have to do that.
And I do think Jeremy had chances earlier in this game to take Libya. I don't think he was so strapped for ops that he could have. That there was no. You have no mill ops. I know you're probably going to take something to coup with, but
yeah. Well, if you're going to do this, you better just take a garden variety 4-op. Just take a 4-op you want to coup with.
it doesn't even really need to be ABM. It can be just any 4-op, yeah.
I'm fine. Oh, yeah, take NTB. Who cares? Now, Bear Trap is around. So if you play this, you could eat a Bear Trap on Feng's AR6, and then you're losing 4 VPs.
Right.
That would
Which
be my
is,
response.
I think Salt cannot be an event here.
No. I love the Salt event, but you can't use it here. You've boxed yourself into a corner. Okay, he rolls on Paraguay and misses.
I think I like Cameroon there better. Protect Zaire from a potential realign. You have 5, so it's not super worrying, but
yeah, more protecting it from Brush, but I agree. Although Brush is going to be used in South America. Okay, finally we do see Junta. Okay, fine.
even realigns.
Oh, and he hits the first
Huge.
roll. Now he's rolling at +1, and he misses on the second. Okay, and now Jeremy. Oh, buh.
What are you taking with this? Are you taking Libya or Brazil? It's Brazil.
Brazil. Yeah, you take Brazil.
Why are you putting one more into Venezuela? What does that do?
I don't understand that.
If we get South American decolonization, that's a good play.
Yes.
But usually that card's not in the deck.
Yes. Or the USSR version of OAS.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I like Brazil. I like putting it in Brazil, but I just don't think this does anything.
No, because now you could get Brazil taken on us, and then Venezuela becomes realignable even if we do take it back.
Maybe he's just thinking make him have a 3-op to take Venezuela, but I don't know. I don't know what the deck looks like at this point, so maybe he's looking at the card list and there's just no good 3-ops for him to play.
We're giving up one battleground here. Jeremy clearly is holding on to the dream of control. I would be satisfied with Dom. Okay, that's an issue.
Yep, that's a huge issue. We get South, and we get Brush War, and we get We Will Bury You. So that solves most of that issue.
Okay. Well, now we can presumably headline We Will Bury You, and then take back all 3 of those countries.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
And yeah.
We'll space Bear Trap. I think we have enough ops to make Puppet pretty harmless. Brush War on Italy's pretty sick.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now what are we headlining if not We Will Bury You?
Che for Africa.
Yeah.
It looks like we had, 3 redraws? So Feng probably had 3 or 4. So I don't really like Cambridge that much. That's a pretty low odd. So, I mean, I think it's just
We Will Bury You. I like We Will Bury You. Oh, and that is a killer redraw.
Shuttle assisted Dom.
Yeah.
If only we had Libya.
Middle East looked so good, and it comes back immediately. Yeah, that's hard to stomach for Jeremy. Yeah, and yeah, I think Jeremy knows that Jeremy needed to take Libya. Okay, okay. So we're gonna take Brazil. We're gonna take Venezuela. We're gonna take Argentina. We're gonna reestablish South American control. Barring a UN redraw, we are going to score a nice 3VP here for that. We're going to get another 8 for South America control. We're going to hit a brush on Libya and cruise the rest of the way. Is that your plan?
Yeah, that's my plan. I would be so mad when this brush war missed Italy, though, for me, when I rolled a 2.
You,
No,
you,
I'd
you,
probably roll a 3.
you, no, you would just, yep. You would just, yep. Yep. That's it. I was waiting for your explosive reaction when your brush missed on the full strength Thailand in our game, and I queued it right up, and I'm like, oh, what is it going to be? And you're like, yep, that's right. You were just reacting
Yeah,
to it. You knew it was going to happen.
especially like a full strength brush on something like a Thailand. Like, there's no way that's going to work for me. I honestly think I'd have a better chance at like 33% than at full strength. Oh, but Jeremy does get a async play, so if he starts tilting, he's got something to do now.
Yeah. So if we see an ABM redraw right now, then we'll know. I thought shuttle wasn't going to be a problem, but it clearly was. I'm going to keep Feng in the game here. Feng probably about to be down 13. And then what are you doing here? China. You going to jam?
Jam. I think this is a jam.
Yeah, because his known cards. Yeah. What?
Oh, just a poke. No. I don't think so.
Oh, I hate that. Because you can fix that with a known card.
Yeah, that's a gift. I mean, C5. I would take Venezuela and I would take Uruguay so that the poke doesn't matter. But yep,
Yeah, this is the play.
I would do this.
Yep, and the if you jam with China, then Jeremy doesn't have any threes. You're not going to fix with bear trap, and you don't want to fix with brush. If he fixes with brush, that's a big win for you. Now Jeremy obviously could have fixed with Che, but Feng doesn't know he has Che, so you could have jammed there and hoped that Jeremy didn't redraw a 3.
I don't know. Like, is this good? I feel like there's more useful things to do. And I think if I'm Jeremy, I think maybe I just score this because we have other things to do.
I'm happy to take
and
my 6. Yeah.
Yeah.
My opponent wasted 4 ops there.
Yeah. To save 2
VPs.
VP.
Now.
And
oh my goodness! An Africa redraw.
What?
Wow.
So that's a huge
redraws.
That's a huge redraw, but I think that Feng should have protected Italy from this brush war first.
And what did he roll? He rolls exactly a 4. Yep.
Yeah, you put an op into Portugal there instead of taking Africa. I don't see a reason to score Africa there. You know that brush is coming. No, you know that brush is coming. You have to protect Italy.
I don't want to hear it, Feng. I don't want to hear it. That's a mistake.
You gave him a 50-50 that you didn't have to. You could have made that a 33. You could have taken both and made it, like a 1 in 6 or something.
Yeah, or even taking 1 probably dissuades Jeremy and lets him and makes him use it somewhere else that's not as valuable, maybe Panama.
Right.
I think 1 would have been enough. Yeah, I don't want to hear it from Feng.
I agree. I would not have even taken a swing at Italy if he had Portugal, for instance. I know you kind of want the Che event, but I think Che needs to be Libya, Algeria right here. I know there's also scored regions, but just take some contested battlegrounds.
Yeah. Can we also take India, please? We're probably going to have to take that with puppets. We saw Craig Richards lose a game earlier in the ITSL playoffs because he failed to take India with puppets.
Yeah, we are not going to get Asia Dom. Um, oh, this is a problem. Puppets gives him access to Pakistan. I mean, I guess that doesn't give Dom right away, but it's a problem.
Okay, I guess I like resolving this first, but this could be what Nicaragua, Haiti, Burma would be my play.
Is Burma better than Afghanistan in threatening the flip with the China card that you have now?
Well, I like Burma to if you do Burma,
Just
Nicaragua, Haiti, then
make him spend 2 ops in India.
make him spend the 2 ops in India, and then you get to realign Cuba. Or if he coups, then you go right into India and threaten Pakistan anyway, and maybe you just take
Yeah,
India.
yeah.
Yeah.
I like yours better than this was my first thought, to be fair, but your play is better. Burma is more of a threat than Pakistan or than Afghanistan there.
Oh, now to be fair, he did need mill ops,
Oh, okay.
but even still, I like being next to India, which is not filled, more than Pakistan, which is filled.
Well, this looks like the world's easiest Aldrich headline to me.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Unless we see a Europe headline, although no, even then doesn't matter. Feng's not headlining Europe. Okay, clear Aldrich. Alliance is 3. Bear Trap. Bear Trap we probably want to hold because we are in problematic grain territory.
That's a problem.
Yep, but nothing you could do about it.
Nope.
Aldrich.
Still just Aldrich and see what we're dealing with.
What are we waiting for, Jeremy? This is going to be a late night for me. Assuming Jeremy holds on here. Okay, he does have war games. Oh, he's got EEU, which is quite an issue. That would have been my headline.
Yeah,
That would have been my headline for sure.
yeah. That's a much. The IP war. You're still going to have a IP war chance at some point later this term. Maybe even better if you flip Pakistan or something with the China card. But EEU would have been a huge problem, and I think you need to dump EEU right now.
Yeah, that's a no brainer dump. Yeah,
War
please dump
Games
EU.
is not going to be. Yeah, War Games is not going to be active, so
Yep,
he loses
and
out.
in no way is Feng eventing 5-year plan. I don't think with Duck and Cal around. Maybe he will, but even if he does, that's not the end of the world. Um, Giving 3 with
It does mean.
Alliance isn't horrible. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
correct plays from Jeremy. It
it,
took much longer than I would have thought, but he got there. I mean, I would have headlined
now
EEU maybe almost solely for that reason that you don't want to get it yoinked with Aldrich. But okay,
right. Maybe Fang was thinking of an AR7 EEU, but it's just as effective in the headline as it is in the AR7 there.
maybe he was thinking of an AR7, hoping to draw Chernobyl next turn.
Sure.
Um, yeah. So
Are you cooing Mexico?
I'm fine with yeah, because yeah, Guatemala's open. I think you're cooing Mexico with Alliance, and you're giving the 2.
Yeah. I really don't want to give Omit. And now seeing 5-year plan, we might have to change the original
Oh,
plan, which I did like, of holding Bear Trap.
he
Because
gets the
Bear Trap
trap.
is known, correct? That's a great
Bear
roll.
trap is known, yes.
So if it gets down to, AR7 and
Just a one-op realign on. Okay, on Cuba, of course.
Cuba. Oh,
And he
that's a
misses.
huge miss.
Yep, and Jeremy can't reach for the coup card quickly enough.
Takes Nicaragua. Oh, man. I probably would have used more than a 1-op there, though.
Yeah.
I know it was +2, but that's just so important.
Yeah. I would have used. Portuguese is fine. Like I would have used at least a 2.
And if you
One-op
do get him
Nicaragua
out
is
in
good to
one,
know. Yeah. You try Mexico.
And if
Yeah.
you get out, yeah, easy Mexico, or Zaire if you want to go that route. Because yeah,
Yeah, it's still both
I think you
fine.
coup back. I think you just coup Haiti here with a 3 up.
Yep. Do it.
Okay. And I mean, if that's what we spend all turn doing is just cooing back and forth in Central, fine.
Okay. He misses. Now, I don't really have to think about war games unless it's salted for. Do we take the opportunity to space? I don't know if I might take the opportunity to space. Although I guess
Are
no,
you
he doesn't.
spacing?
No, he doesn't want to space because he wants to see if Feng events 5-year plan.
Right.
As Feng events 5-year plan, we can't hold anything, so we got to space bear trap. If he doesn't space
Okay, that's
5-year
awesome. So
plan, now we'll space evil empire, hold bear trap.
yes, I agree with that. And I would space right now.
Yes, 100% right now.
CIA is gone. Grain is still in, and then all of the regular late war and otherwise degraders.
Yeah. Okay. Now he's going to give evil empire. I
Where did
like
he
spacing.
place ups?
Potential 4 VP swing. He took India.
Okay. And protected Pakistan from the flip.
Yeah, that's fine.
But we're still never getting Dom in Asia.
Yeah, I would like to protect North Korea as well, but okay. All right, 4-op coup of Nicaragua. You know, if you're willing to use a 4-op to coup Nicaragua, how about use a 2 or a 3-op to realign Cuba?
Yeah, exactly. Um, well, for Cuba, it looks like a lost cause at this point.
We're accepting that Cuba has lost, but he still has to realign and he still has to fill it. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything.
I would rather taking Afghanistan would give us Asia
No,
Dom,
doesn't
right?
doesn't Feng have Marine barracks in his hand?
Um,
You might get away with if he triggers it. Now, Fang will probably just space it. I was thinking if he maybe you could get into a situation where he only has one country after Marine barracks, and then
I mean,
then
he
the only
still
poop works.
he might have gotten away with that. I mean,
Yeah,
Fang really wants these relines on Cuba, and he doesn't have very many more cards to do it with.
yeah. He's got hostage crisis and Marine barracks. I would have waited. I'd have waited on Omit to see if we get Marine barracks, but I guess he was going to use hostage crisis first. All right, so Jr. We're thinking that Jeremy is well ahead here, but let's pull up, take a look at the board, and see. I think that's probably a good idea. Now let's pretend that Cuba is blue. Let's just pretend that, given
Sure.
given the state of Central America. So let's give influence.
He didn't want Venezuela to get flipped on him.
Okay, I mean that's fine. Not Nicaragua and Haiti are 65, but now Ortega is a reasonable event. Um, okay, if we
A flip, real quick, a Suez flip of Indonesia gives us Asia Dom here.
Oh, so it does.
I think that would be a pretty good play in an unscored region. That's something he has to respond to right away.
Yeah, with Marine barracks. Okay, and this is annoying because this means Marine barracks got to be spaced because if you trigger it first, then Egypt gets taken. Egypt gets flipped.
Right.
Yeah, I liked your play. I
Sorry.
wasn't even thinking about that.
But pulling up Europe is basically a wash. And it's pretty risky. I mean, those Eastern European battlegrounds are not very protected. So a Chernobyl or a Pope redraw could be a problem.
Yep. EEU's gone, but yeah, Chernobyl tear down. The other stuff's bad. Oh, he had Brezhnev, so I guess he. I guess he
Did
got
you
rid
just
of it.
not have Marine Bear
Well,
or
he didn't
MBB?
have
I
it.
don't know.
He either didn't have it. For some reason, I thought he had it, but he either didn't have it or he got rid of it. No, anyway, he didn't have it. Wow, Bert the Turtle into headline peak. I guess he's also got Cal. But if he had Cal, oh no, okay. He's probably saying if you have Cal, good game.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a reasonable play. I like trying to catch him on DEF CON here, and if it works, great. If not, GG.
But yeah, this is teardown, or excuse me, terrorism is around. So without Bear Trap, we'd be in big trouble here. But we have Bear
And
Trap, and I think we need to trap ourselves AR1.
yep, I was just gonna say, as someone who lost a game because Grain pulled the 1 in 7 war games out of my hand, and he evented it. Yeah, play Bear Trap AR1 before you can get it terrorized away from you, because that is our only way out of DEF CON with this hand. So, what's your headline here? Is it just Reformer?
Yeah, I like Reformer. I think Reformer's fine. Um, I would not bother with Battlegrounds. I go to Portugal, to Greece, to Turkey.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I like this play.
And then are you bear trapping? What do we need to protect with bear trap? A lot of things. We can't protect it all.
No, I don't like this. Okay, we space.
Yeah,
We
but
hit.
I mean, we're still committed to bear trapping ourselves this turn. We still have to bear trap ourselves this turn now. That didn't change anything.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a good play then from Feng. To dump Europe. Yeah,
But I think now we just have to bear trap, right?
I liked. Honestly, I kind of liked Bear Trap take all three of those countries.
Right.
That
Then I
is that
mean,
crazy?
I, I might have taken 2 of them and just popped 1 more into East Germany
Yeah.
instead.
Or maybe
Because
North
I mean,
Korea. Yeah, North Korea.
North Korea, Mexico would be a good one here. Algeria is a good one. But I feel like that AR1 space could have waited, especially because that was a good card to put into the trap if we miss a roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't. I don't know. I don't know
Or
why.
on on the low chance that we see a mid-turn purge right now. Because that's out there, right?
Yeah, a mid-turn purge here uh, would be
We lose.
yes. No, well, he would need to also have terrorism and
Oh, you're right. You're right.
not have
I
crit.
forgot.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot that we have not had our hand cut yet. Big decision here. Hmm.
Okay, misses.
See, that's why I would have liked to have Teardown in my hand. Now I could get
Yep.
rid of that. I mean, what now is it NATO, and we're going to use the Iron Lady to maybe retake Argentina?
Yeah. Oof. Yeah, the debt crisis is a fun event. ABM for ops?
Whoa! He's in the trap. You don't need the fort. You don't need the real-line protection at the moment.
Yeah. I don't understand that. Okay.
I think this is NATO. I think this is got to be.
Is it NATO? I mean, I guess special is around, but Italy's at
No,
4.
special's gone.
Oh. Why are you putting us?
Special's gone
Yeah, I guess we got to
because
use Iron
now,
Lady.
yeah.
I like
I
eventing
mean, I
stock
guess maybe you
doves
could.
first. Also, okay. He didn't overprotect. I like eventing sock govs first and taking out of the 3 meds. Oh my god.
Well, now we don't need to do that.
Yeah. Wow, what a mistake. I mean, I don't think you can do that. That's you just handed over your Dom.
That's yeah. I mean, that's a strong Europe Dom too. You're now you're never getting Europe Dom back yourself. Like,
Yep, even if you flip a battleground. Okay, and now we're finally getting to the realigns in central. Okay, gets him out.
all right, that was
That was two of the
in two, I
rolls, and I
think.
guess he missed on the third. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
and now we get to flip Argentina.
yep. Because now he,
Overprotect your Argentina.
yep.
This is a mistake that I'm guilty of often. That's something I need to work on definitely.
And I would absolutely event debt crisis here.
Yeah,
See if we
yeah.
catch him with his pants down. I like.
That would be my last.
Yeah, my last AR. Okay, well, we're gonna give Warsaw, so forget about the Eastern Europe stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean now Europe is our dom for the rest of the game. Lock it
Yeah,
in. Like you're not changing it.
and so yeah, let's get Iraq and maybe pop one into Saudi Arabia. I don't think we need.
Double overprotect
I
Mexico.
don't think we need 4 in Mexico.
I don't mind overprotecting it. We
Yeah,
don't want to get controlled in central, but I don't think we need four.
I'd like to just take Iraq. Let's just take it. It's an open battleground. Let's take it. I'm fine with one
I don't
Mexico.
even.
If you want to go one Guatemala to get adjacent, okay, he does now. He doesn't overprotect it, and he does take Iraq, and he doesn't overprotect Mexico. Okay,
I wonder if Feng likes how this game is going.
he doesn't seem pleased. Okay, and there's Asia.
And that's
So
what, three,
yeah,
two, one,
it's only
one.
one, but it's as you said, Jeremy had the opportunity to flip over Indonesia and get Dom, and he didn't take it. Oh, Jeremy needs Millops.
Yeah,
I was saying I would have liked the event, but Jeremy needs Millops, so I think you just take your coup, right?
yeah. The event's nice, but I don't want to give two VP here. I don't want to wait a turn either, though. I don't. I mean, I guess he'll respond to this, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
But again, you don't need to jam South Korea. Just flip Indonesia.
Feng also needs Milops, but he has a great target in Guatemala, and
Yeah.
I think now with flat, we're going to end up cooling that back with flower power because it's too important to let him have it.
Well, it's AR7 now, so we'll be.
Oh, it's AR7 now. Never mind. Sorry,
Yeah, our hand size didn't
I thought it
actually.
was
We
AR6.
assumed that terrorism was coming, but it was not.
Jeremy is now pretty much out of DEF CON problems, right? Duck, Teardown, Grain gone. Only Cal is left, I think.
Yeah, only Cal and obviously Star Wars is inactive.
Yeah, so there is no DEF CON path.
Yeah. So okay, Jeremy now with +5 in Europe, -3, right? No, -2 in Central, +5 in South America. So that's plus. Okay, well, there. Okay, that's going to go to space because obviously it's active.
Right, and that's 2 VP for us
Yep.
on Millops. This
Okay,
hand is not great.
but at least terrorism is in our hand, and
And there's
Ortega headline stops Dom in Central.
yes, that was a good choice. So yeah, Ortega seems fine. Don't lower DEFCON and then play Cal, break Korea with it, and do whatever you want with the other two ops. Is that the play here?
Yep, that would be my play. I just headline terrorism.
Terrorism's fine too. I don't think
Yeah.
there's really anything we're worried about.
We're eventing it, so let's just headline it. The Dom in Central is only 2 VPs. But yeah, Middle East, we're dominating. That's Middle East is +4, Europe's +5, South America's +5, Asia's +1. Um, so that's +15 for us. Okay, salt.
Oh. Now do you hold terrorism and just see if you can snipe whatever he pulls?
No, you just headline it because it triggers after. It triggers after. So yeah, you don't need to hold it.
You're right. No, terrorism's fine. You're right.
Absolutely terrorism.
The problem here is we still need to play Soviets for ops, and we can't just give him 4 ops, so we can't do a nice Soviet and coup, which I would like. I actually so what about this now? Coup Cuba, and then Soviets, so that he can't take any coups in Asia. He can't get too crazy with it.
Yeah, yeah. You could just Soviet jam South Korea.
Yeah. I would.
Yeah,
Oh
I think this is
yeah.
fine.
No, jamming it is great. Yeah, a full jam. I was thinking just poke and do something, but yeah, no, make it 3-3 and make him retake that because that's a dom flip as well for the final scoring. What's he going to pick up here? Grain's a problem because then we're giving voice.
We're still so far ahead on the board.
Brush. I don't think so. I don't think that's my choice.
Brush is hitting. Not Italy, Mexico. Does he have Central in hand and he's trying to get a control off?
That's what I think.
So this is fine. And then we're giving Cal.
And I like your plan.
Yeah.
I like your plan to just fully jam it.
I'm fine jamming. And he's jamming South Africa. That doesn't. What? He's poking 2 countries?
Well, if Feng takes the coup, we have positive realigns on Angola, and then we have secondary positive realigns on South Africa.
Okay.
I don't know that that's my play, but I think that's the idea. Is now we have an Angola realign, and if we succeed and take the country,
Oh, that steals our 4 op. And now we only have a 2 op response. So this should coup Mexico, right? This is just going to be a big coup in Mexico. Now you only need a 3.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay,
and then if he has Central,
that's going to be 7.
It's a game.
It's going to even up the VP track.
Brazil.
You're going to have to explain that one to me, JR.
Overprotected Brazil, even. So, I mean, he does get it. He will get it. I mean, Jeremy should just pop 2 in and make him spend 3. But
overprotected
I don't know.
Brazil under salt with it scored Central not.
Yeah, even if you don't have Central in hand, which now I'm pretty sure Feng doesn't, like Jeremy might have it.
Yeah.
And Jeremy has to play Missile Envy, so like there's been no chance for Jeremy to play Central this turn, really. I mean, I guess maybe he would have headlined it if he had it, but I don't know.
Okay.
He has to give the China card. I would hit him with terrorism now.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get Brush.
Not what we were looking for.
No. Oh, that's right. It's doubled. I forgot.
Okay. Well, that's nice. I mean, a blue 3-op is a nice hit.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't be an event. I don't super understand that event unless he has Muslim in hand.
He might have Muslim in his hand. Okay, Jeremy gets his mill ops.
I might have taken some realigns there before I took I might have tried the Angola realign first.
Yeah, that would have been big, but okay. So now
what is the brush target here? What is it? Is it still just Mexico at some point?
well, if it's Italy, you still don't have Dom with Italy. So I would have just thought Italy. I would have just thought Mexico.
So Mexico puts it from 2 to 7. Is that correct? So that's a 5 point swing. Italy's a
Yeah.
6 point swing if you hit it, but you have worse odds.
Yeah. If Italy were a 10-point swing, then I would go for Italy, but it's not. It's only 6, but with worse odds. Again, Mexico would be a 10-point swing if the scoring got played. But now both players, it's
Right.
clear now that Jeremy does not have Central.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
clear to
think
us. It should be clear to Feng that Jeremy does not have Central.
I would say okay. That makes so. I understand the play. The AWACS Saudis play. That makes sense. Okay, so now we just U2 incident
Yep,
repair
just
that.
gonna repair that. Okay, and now he's gonna brush that, and then it'll be at 8 instead of
The
2.
the what are you gonna do here? Are you gonna space Usuri on your last AR, or are you gonna give him back China and let him have a free 4-op for his last AR play?
Um, I'm gonna count up the. Okay, so Jeremy just cooed, and it looks like he missed. So now we should see
Yeah,
this brush.
that's a huge whiff.
Oh, he had the
What?
scoring. What?
You have what? That brush is so valuable. That's a 10-point brush if it hits. Are you there?
Yes. Sorry, I'm speechless.
No.
Why didn't you coup that? Just coup that with your 4-op, and you score a control. What is? Oh my god! I can't believe what I just saw. Yeah, you're definitely giving Usuri now. It's 2v. You're giving 2 VPs for 3 ops because Feng, I assume, will use brush. Okay, he hits on Italy. Okay, Jeremy wins. That's a game Feng should have won. JR, are you there?
I'm back.
Okay, Jeremy wins. That's a game Feng should have won.
Well, hang on. Feng gets 5 more off the scoring and 5 more in final. But he would not have an even South America. So it would have been a draw, correct? 0 points? Exactly.
Well, I'm just saying if Feng brushes Mexico, if Feng brushes Mexico,
first before scoring it.
yeah. So let's take Feng's. So yes, okay. So Jeremy wins. It looks like they're going to take a few minute break. Let's say if Feng plays this how I would have played it, which is coup Mexico, you flip Mexico, you score Central for then 7 instead of 2, and so that's a 10.
So that's
VP.
+5.
Yeah, it's plus. Well,
for the moment, it's +5.
And then you don't get the extra battleground in South America, so that's -5. And then you
get 5. And then you get 5 more for Central and Final. So the end score there, assuming everything else stays the same, is 0. It is a tie, a play deck US win, but a tie. Is that correct?
I guess. Yes, because in the end he flipped Brazil, but he didn't flip Mexico. Okay.
So I think it's an exact tie if he takes Mexico at some point that turn with one of his cards.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go pull it up, but I think Fang's the higher seed here, so I think a tie means he advances.
Yeah. So
Yes, confirmed. Feng is the 7 seed, so he advances over Jeremy with a win and a tie.
okay, now let's say so. I guess what if Fang had been able to get his brush off and central scoring off before AR7, and then could have done something nasty on AR7.
With China,
Yeah,
which
with China,
Jeremy was going to give him.
Fang could have poked
Um,
Argentina for Dom.
well, in that scenario, he doesn't have Brazil. In that scenario, he does not have Brazil, and he does not have
Well, okay,
Italy.
fine. He could have poked Argentina to stop Dom.
Would that have stopped Dom, though?
Right, because it was 4 countries to 3.
Let's see. Jeremy had Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, and in this scenario, Brazil. Yeah, you're right. No,
And
he
that would
could
have
poke
stopped
that.
Dom. Yeah.
He could have. Yeah. I. So then Jeremy gets one VP out of it. Yeah, I think Feng could have won that game on turn 10. He just. You're right. Yeah, he could have won that game. Absolute worst case, he could have tied that game. I cannot understand holding the brush war there. Like, the brush of Mexico is just more valuable than the brush of Italy there.
Yeah, also, you jammed Mexico with you, and then you had to play Central. You jammed Mexico, which was fine, but you only had 2 ARs left, and you had to play Central and Brush. So even if Jeremy has no response, you weren't going to get anything out of that,
Oh my goodness.
right?
I cannot believe he had Central. I cannot believe that he had Central.
Yeah. Also, that 4 up a Muslim could have neutralized Dom in the Middle East. That could have been another 3 VPs. Could have just taken Israel with it. Um,
Wow.
I mean, several big mistakes by Feng there on turn 10
Yeah.
and before. So
If
yeah,
if Jeremy had the scoring, like I kind of get it. Like you don't know if he has it or not, so maybe not as. But you have the scoring in hand. Like you know that you're about to score this card for potentially 7 VP. Like why are you not clawing for it?
yeah, that just it.
Uh, okay, so this hand not so good.
Yeah. All right, time to wash that one away. Um, I think there were some plays that we didn't like on both sides, particularly on Feng's, but we're gonna move on. Jeremy wins game 2. He had lost game 1 earlier. This is game 3. Winner take all game 3. Jr. Who does the winner move on to face?
Let me tell you.
I don't love this setup because I think it telegraphs defectors, but
Yeah,
I know some players
I would
like
rather
it.
go 3-3. I like 3-3 too. If you're going to do this, I mean, first, like unless they know you well, it doesn't telegraph it quite as much.
Yes, as a streamer, I
The
always go
winner
four
of
four two. But I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
right, the winner of this game plays a to be determined. The winner of Ryan Pindaluk and Ted Ann, with Ted Ann up 1-0 currently in that series.
Okay, Ryan, obviously a big name, but Ted knocked me out of the Seoul Grand Slam. Okay, Feng gonna try coup on a run. The standard play rolls big after CNS was dumped and gets NATO out before Jeremy plays Warsaw. 2 Egypt, 1 Malaysia. Yep. No
Yep.
surprise.
I'm going to step away for just 1 minute to grab a beverage before we get too into this game. I'll be right back.
Grab me one too, will you? Okay, so Korean War in Jeremy's hand. It's a space. It's space candidate, but I think he may try to event Korean War and maybe steal the country. We'll see. Oh, Feng trying another coup right away. Goes for Egypt. Okay, gets him out. And now DEFCON's sitting at 3. So I think this is Duck. Yeah, I think this is fine. I was thinking about maybe just one Lebanon, two Thailand.
All right. What did I miss?
Feng cooed Egypt, rolled a 4, knocked Jeremy out. Jeremy went back in with Duck, 2 Egypt, 1 Thailand. I think I would have responded to that with 2 Thailand, 1 Lebanon, as opposed to 2 Egypt, 1 Thailand. But okay.
Yeah, especially with Nasser in our hand. We're
Yeah,
not.
because I'm very worried about this particular card. And I would have oh, he used all of them in Southeast Asia.
Whoa.
Hate this.
Whoa.
Hate this.
So I mean, he probably has um, CIA, right? But I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't care. It's a bad play. This is a bad play. Okay, so Jeremy now with France empty. France is empty. Doesn't even have to worry about that. Now Jeremy can just play a Garden Variety 3 and keep Thailand.
And if Jeremy gets away with this Korean War, I mean, Feng just spent an entire decall on Asia, and he's not even going to get a Dom out of it. China. Okay. Feng is going to get Asia Dom. He has that going for him.
So he's got 5 countries to 2. Yep, he's getting Asia Dom. But still, the long-term access that decall affords you, you just pass that up. You're going to get 0 battlegrounds out of decall. 0.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. A turn 1 decall at DEFCON 3, and you're going to get 0 battlegrounds out of it. Okay, well, congratulations.
I mean,
you got your Asia Dom. You got 7, that's what, 6 VPs out of it.
and now Jeremy can still take South Korea, which I'm pretty inclined to do. Okay, he's
No,
going
he's
to
got to
get
get
some
his
mill
mill
ups.
ups. He doesn't want to go down 11 VPs on turn 1.
Yeah. Whoa. I mean, no access, so he can't do a ton with that, but
Yeah, Feng could just take Lebanon here. But maybe he won't because Jeremy could potentially flip Lebanon on AR6. Although Jeremy obviously only has 1 ops. Jeremy holding his breath a little bit for blockade, but given that coup result, I don't think we'll be seeing it even if Feng has it.
no. I really thought we would see CIA here. I still don't agree with the play, but that makes it make a little more sense to me.
He doesn't take Lebanon. This is just Truman into Lebanon for me. Right? Clearly. Truman into Lebanon.
Yeah. Truman does nothing for you putting in France. Yep. So just take Lebanon there.
Okay. This is a nice Middle East headline, I assume.
Just Middle East before it gets worse even. Makes sense.
We may be getting purged here. Oh, but this is a pretty nice hand. Vietnam's harmless on AR6. De Gaulle we can get rid of. Or space if we get purged. Nah, we'll hold it if we get purged. IP war is a nice
You might end up having to space it. Because you need to hold one of these 4 ops for blockade if you get purged.
Yeah, that's true. I do like getting rid of De Gaulle, but man, when you're purged, it's always tough. A purged De Gaulle's okay. Well, that's a good headline from Feng. Jeremy going to try the war?
Nope,
Can't get
not
it to
this
go.
time. I really think I like Middle East there first. We're probably going to see a Panama coup over an Egypt coup, you would think, but
Yeah, I think we had time. I don't think. Eh. I mean, I guess maybe Feng could have taken Burma quickly. Okay, this is just going to be a 2-up Panama coup. Oh, that's crazy.
no.
That's just. Oh, well, it's not crazy because he hit a 6.
Feng just wants to win on turn 3. That's his goal this
Well,
game.
now you're definitely dumping Middle East scoring for -2.
Yep,
Took a 2-up coup of Egypt.
and he rolls the 6.
Yeah, now a 5
So
at
now,
least gets you Libya, and now that at least makes Nasser free, but a good problem for Feng to have. That the lack of an Egypt coup there says that Feng has CIA now and also has Fidel. So you know
and
what?
also has
I got to take
diesel.
that back. I got to take that back. I criticize Feng there. He probably has CIA and Fidel and says, "Okay, I'm going to dump CIA R6 so I can't coup Panama." That if that is the case, then that makes sense.
So I'm worried about losing this game right now on turn 3. I think I would disgustingly event USJ because I want to block Asia Dom by the end of this turn, and it looks like the only way we're doing that is by taking 3 battlegrounds.
Well, you don't need to event it. You just put the ops into it.
That's true.
You put 3 ops into it, put the
Sometimes
fourth somewhere else, leave the card in the
I
game.
hate I hate putting the neutral 4 op back into the deck though.
It's terrible to draw with missile
Okay, there it
loading.
is.
Okay, so there's CIA. Okay, so the non-coup of Panama makes sense. Then the 3 op of the Romanian event suggested destall. Okay, this line of play makes sense.
And he gets destalled as well, so it doesn't matter that he spent all of his decall ops in Asia because he's going to get at least 1 African battleground out of that.
Yep. So Jeremy's got to go Angola here. Oh no, he already went Angola. Nah,
I still might go Zaire
I would have gone
and
Zaire. Yeah,
then
I don't like
spread it
this.
again.
Yeah, I would have gone Zaire and then with on my AR gone Colombia. Because now, if even if we win the coup war, which presumably
He's
we
just going to
will,
decall.
he'll
Or he's
just
just going to
he'll
destall.
just destall and he'll get Zaire now. Yeah, that's a mistake by Jeremy. Yeah, Jeremy doing the math here and realizing, yeah, he's going to get a clean destall into South America now. No, it's
Yeah.
not necessary.
Yeah, I think you go Zaire, and then you could have spread this turn, delayed the destall a turn, made it pretty awkward for him. Maybe he just gets a clean one anyway, but
I'm
you
fine
can
with a
get some
fourth
value
one.
out of
I'm
that.
fine with Japan here, as you said. I would strongly consider Japan.
Yeah, I think we have to take Japan, and I think we really need to maintain Europe, Dom. Man, this one's getting pretty scary pretty fast here.
Oh boy. Okay. So we're going to see a destall here into Chile, Venezuela, or Brazil, Nigeria, and Algeria.
What if he just spent his 4-op Marshall, which I know is something you don't really want to give up here, but what if you just spent your 4-op Marshall to get into Venezuela and Libya, and then you can destall later?
Okay. I could, yeah, I could get on board with that. All right. What?
Nothing in Africa. What? Why do we hate Africa?
This makes no sense to me.
If Libya is that important, you should. If Libya is that important to you, you should do my weird play where you just don't destall that turn, and you can just take Libya with 2 ops.
Yeah, yeah.
But why
Take
are we
Libya
in
with 2 options.
Nigeria?
Yeah.
What has happened? What happened to Africa? Does he know that Africa scoring is not in the deck this game, and we just weren't aware? Like 0 destall or decall ops into Africa when you had
Yeah.
both of them on turn 2.
Okay. Yeah. Take Algeria. This is fine.
Coming back to think about Asia, so I guess you can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can block Asia by just taking Malaysia and the Philippines with
Yeah.
a 2-op. Not if
No,
you give Vietnam, though.
no, yeah, but we're giving Vietnam here, right?
I think so.
Also, why is there one? Why is there one in Egypt?
We poked it. We poked it with Marshall, or with Nuke Test Ban. That was our play. We went 1 Zaire, and then we went break Egypt, and I think we took Panama
Okay.
with Marshall plan.
Okay. Yeah, I think the more I think about it, I think you're right. The play was don't destall. You just go into Venezuela. You just go to Venezuela to Libya, and then you can destall into Nigeria or wherever else. Nigeria and wherever else, I should say. All right, so Feng presumably, okay, containment is going to take Middle East Dom here. But it. Okay, Vietnam to Algeria 1. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, we're unlikely to lose the game on turn 3 now. This hand. Oh, this is garbage. Jay, are you still there? You're not. Okay.
Okay, back.
Yep. All right. We have blockade. And we have all 1s and 2s except for what we held. Defectors is a nice redraw, but how bad is Purge even right here?
I mean, it means you have to UN blockade rather than blockade de Gaulle, but yeah, it almost doesn't matter. Purge is like 2 ops.
I guess you're defecting because you don't want to see Sock Govs or Suez.
Yeah, I think it's probably still defectors, but
defectors over
Purge,
CMS, yeah.
That just basically doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean,
so now, blockade.
To be fair, because you can still use China here now to take North Korea, right? Because you're going to see a coup, I assume, in Africa, and then North Korea is getting flipped.
Yeah, that's valuable.
Flipped, and then you also take Philippines. That gives Jeremy Asia Dom after Feng used all 4 of his decall ops in Asia. Is that the long and short of it?
Yeah, that is. He will block it, I think. I don't think Jeremy's scoring an Asia Dom, but he will have one.
The fact that he could even have it for an AR is nuts. Okay.
And now, my goodness. We're getting...
And now we're getting a coup.
So where did those 4 ops go?
He took Brazil, he took North Korea back, and he took Brazil. That's what I would have done. That's not a bad play. But yeah, with the fact we had to give up a coup,
Doesn't but there should have been one more op, right?
no, because
Okay,
North Korea was
Argentina. He
double
took
booked.
Argentina as well.
Did he have
Yeah, but it
one?
was at 2-3. So I keep put the last one in Argentina.
Okay.
And we can try this coup in South America, but it's a two up coup. That's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, hey, two up coups sometimes roll sixes. If
I
we get a
guess
two up
he
coup
is
in
also now
Colombia,
threatening. He's threatening Asia Dom again. Maybe you have to block that.
oh, that's disgusting. I don't like this. JR, can we say if he has it, he has it? JR,
Yeah, I think.
I,
Yeah.
I don't want to give up a coup in Africa. But
No,
you just take
I
a
think
two
it's
up
too
coup of
important.
Libya, or
I mean, if I'm taking a 2 up coup, I might just go ahead and swing it at Argentina and see what happens.
okay, yeah. So if we have Asia Dom scored on us for 5, that sucks. We're down 15. We will immediately event CNS for 2. We have Milops for potentially 2 more. Um, but okay, Jeremy not willing to take the risk. Going to block Asia Dom. And like you said, Jr.,
Which,
Jeremy should have taken Japan by the end of that turn to stop this exact thing from happening.
yeah, I taking Japan on turn 2 is a disgusting play, but I mean, I think it just had to happen here because sure, maybe we prevent ourselves from going to negative 15 here, but we have zero. Well, Central America will be okay, but like the other mid-war regions are starting to look pretty bad pretty fast after a Zaire coup here, for instance, or an Angola coup.
Yeah. And remember, we're losing 4 VPs for Milops now. So we saved
Right.
4 VPs with Asia Dom, and we're going to give them right back with Milops.
Well, if we fill Japan, we might get that fifth VP, so we'll have netted 1.
Yes, we will have netted 1. Minus we're giving up Angola or Zaire and not getting a chance to get Brazil. Oh, I like that play from Feng.
Yeah, that's a great play. That's very, very annoying here.
I like that play.
I would use a 2 op here because I want to go to Cameroon and take Japan.
Nope, gonna just stop it. Okay. Oh,
Because now,
also, I'm sorry.
surely,
I was
Feng
talking
just
about
takes the
Milops.
2.
I was talking about Milops. Feng is in Colombia, so Jeremy's getting Milops regardless. So it's not a
Oh,
four.
you're right.
Milops
You're
is
right.
not a 4 VP swing.
See, that's why you go to Cameroon first.
Yep.
And normally, that'd be a great time to flip that back, but we have no ops left in our hand.
Yep. We can't do that. We have to event CNS.
Yeah, gotta be
We
space right now.
must get this 2 VPs now. We can't afford to give up on this 2 VP swing. If he wants to spend 3 ops flipping Angola, you're just going to let him do it. We must get this. We
Jeremy
must get
agrees.
these VPs.
And then, ideally next turn we get South America, Africa, Middle East, and Kennedy all at once, and we can get rid of those for a while.
Yeah.
So knowing you're in Colombia and Jeremy is getting mill ops, I don't mind doing a Cameroon Saharan states pincer here and just getting that third battleground in Africa right now.
I'm fine with that. I'm
Or,
also fine doing the
or
flip.
just flip Angola. Yeah. If you have a 4-up, I would have just flipped Angola.
That makes no sense to me. That could have waited.
Yeah, I mean, you do want to do it, and he's only got a couple ARs left, but
Yes, you definitely want to do it. But a second in Zaire, a flip of Angola, or the pincer play you suggested would have been fine.
and one Iraq just did nothing. Like the extra one in Zaire is better. I don't. I think there's still some unknowns here. I don't think you know for sure he's not going to flip Zaire, and I think the space might have been more important than flipping it at the time, even if you had a 3-up.
Yeah. Second in Iraq. To Israel
He's
or
going for control.
I don't know.
He's prepping for control.
Even real lines?
I don't mind it. I mean, I understand that taking Mexico would be important, but
Okay, he's saying two. He's
I
saying
think
he had
it's pretty.
a 2/3 shot on the even real lines, but then you have to take it with your other op, and yeah, and now you can't fill Mexico.
Was Fidel a redraw or was Fidel known? Do we know?
I think it was. I think it. I think it was known.
I kind of think it was known. Yeah.
Again, we just have one in Angola. Okay, he gets one out. Okay, well,
Okay, this is good.
is it? ABM brush is good. South America is not. We need to hit. We need to hit these rolls.
You're right.
And gunman is also not good, but I guess we can UN it.
Yeah, UN of Gunmen is okay. This is ABM to Brazil. Hit the roll. He misses his coup roll, and then Brush hits
Or is it?
Venezuela, I
Or
guess.
is maybe it's duck, and we're gonna just risk we will bury you. Duck to pick up 3 VPs immediately, and stop a coup, and then we take 2 shots in South America. Duck
I like
protect
that. I
Angola.
think that's reasonable. I think that's very reasonable.
Because I don't think we will bury you is a
Um,
great headline from Feng, even if he has it.
no, it that's That's if you lose on that, I don't know.
Yeah,
Unlucky.
having your
Sorry. Like,
sorry, you're right, Jr. Having your ITSL season end because you headline duck into We Will Bury You would suck. But yeah, see now you coup, and Feng's just gonna have the opportunity to fix this.
yeah, you basically need a 6 here now to have a chance.
Yeah, he gets a 2, so
That
the
is not a
Junta just
6.
Junta just replaces that. Coup's Panama, no problem. Oh no. Okay, obviously, yes, that's a much better play. Of course, I'm sorry. That's a much better play. You take Mexico, which Jeremy tried his real lines and missed, um, and now you're going to go back into Brazil.
Yeah, Jeremy just now needs a miracle that he decides not to refill Brazil here for some reason.
Well, he can brush Brazil and then maybe realign Venezuela.
That's true.
Brush Brazil,
Uh,
hit it. Hope Feng doesn't take Uruguay, or coup Colombia and hit.
Do you think that a duck would have changed anything there? Probably not. He probably still goes Junta to Mexico
he
and
goes
coups
Junta to
Colombia.
Mexico, coups Colombia. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we rolled a 2 on ABM, so that would have still done nothing. Yeah, this is basically your ball game. The question is, how aggressive are you going to be? He misses with the 3.
Ugh.
Classic JR3.
Oh, it's time. It's time. All right, how's this game looking?
Okay, looks pretty
Okay.
good, I guess. He's ahead, and so he's got a South America control, Middle East about 5 battlegrounds, Asia even. Africa, he's behind. So it's 2 Doms to 2, but he's up 7 on the board.
But Africa's coming.
Africa's coming.
Probably next turn, it looks like.
Yeah, he's ahead in space.
Yeah, he was about to get peak, probably. I think he had something he was going to space in that
he had
hand.
bear trap there. Cultural in hand turn 7 is nice.
Yeah. So I mean, now we're holding south for AR7, right? And just hoping that we see
Yes, 100%.
Kennedy.
Yep. We're spacing Willie.
So might as well UN gunman now. Just do that. You could coup Guatemala.
Yeah, I guess. You want because you actually want to give Feng other targets to coup to get Millop so he doesn't coup Colombia with us preparing to play South America. Like I want to invite him to get his Millops early so he doesn't coup Colombia right away.
Yeah, or even worse, we're holding south for AR7. He coups Colombia AR6.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what worries me.
Yeah. Although maybe Jeremy would be pleased with that because then he doesn't have to play this stupid game anymore. I've definitely been there before.
Yeah.
You could also flip Zaire here. You have some ops to do it.
Okay. So Jeremy spaced Willie, which I like. Save the VP. Ugh. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now
We lose.
we just lose the game. Unless we see
Yep.
Kennedy.
But you need to play like you're not going to.
I've joked about this before, Justin.
So start working on Africa, right?
You need to hope. We need to hope that our opponent. Oh, boo. Yeah, I mean, I understand. You need to. Yeah, you need to take a second space shot. I get it. I get it. I don't like the Pope because I don't like doing it with the Pope because look at this board. Europe control might be our only chance.
Right. I would just use this to take Zaire here.
I don't like doing anything.
Okay, but
Okay, all right.
Did not work in Algeria though.
No.
Makes sense.
Okay. I mean, yeah, Jeremy does need to. He needs to space duck. But if he does that, we know he's not getting Kennedy. I mean, Feng not acting like a man who has Kennedy anyway.
I don't know. If you space duck, wouldn't that potentially make you just a little more in like? No, I guess that's kind of telegraphing it, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a giveaway that you have this. That you have the scoring. I think it says you don't have any problem red cards, but also says you have a bad scoring.
That's fine.
I'd space. It's you got a space. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Still maybe alive. Never mind. Never mind.
Good Lord.
Oh, okay, but he would have lost. He would have lost if he didn't face that. I'm sorry, Jeremy. This was a disaster.
Oh my God.
This is so duck South Africa and Cameroon here.
Yep.
Because you can't even break South. Oh man. Okay, this is fine too.
This is fine. Make him. Yeah. See if he has Africa too.
Yeah, if he has Africa as well, we don't lose the game right now.
Yes, we do. We still lose because that gets in. Yeah, we still lose if he has Africa. He has to have Kennedy.
Oh, except six. Yeah. So what's the play that's the most likely to make him give us Kennedy? I think it's probably still that.
Yeah. Yes.
It would be cuckoo bananas to give Kennedy right here, though.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, actually. I would say, but yes. Okay.
Sorry, I don't have any kids yet.
Okay. 5-year plan
Please be
of.
Europe. Please be Europe. Oh
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, no. So he'll just
no,
fix it. He'll
no,
fix it. He'll
no.
just fix it. He'll
Yeah,
fix
he'll
it.
just
He'll
fix
just
it.
fix it.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
fix it.
For
All right.
just a second.
For a second. For a second there.
Yes, I mean he doesn't even have to worry think about anything. Just Algeria and then the two things.
Yep. Easy.
He'll misclick and he'll put two in Brazil instead of one in Brazil and one in Argentina. Oh, he did not.
Stunned. Okay. Well, congratulations to Feng.
Woof.
He advances in 3 games and moves on to play. We said Ryan or Ted, right?
Correct. Let's see. Do they play tonight? I think they told me they were playing soon. No, they have not. So yeah, Ted is up on Ryan currently. So Ryan will need to win 2 in a row. Otherwise, Jeremy will be seeing, or not Jeremy. Fang will be seeing Ted in there.
Okay. All right. Do we have Jeremy on for an interview here, or I think he's probably done with this?
No, I'm around.
Well,
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you,
Yep.
Jeremy. Tough loss there on that last one. That was a little bit ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't. Did you see anything I could have done? I'm sure. I think I made some small mistakes, but not 26 VPs worth of them.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, Jr. I don't know. I might have.
The
I might have taken.
the
Sorry, Jr. Go ahead.
D-stall. I was just going to say the CIA before D-stall, you could have gone to Zaire with CIA and then
Yes.
Colombia with nuke test ban, just so he couldn't coup first. But I don't think it would have made a difference. He probably just D-stalls right away and goes 2 into Venezuela.
That's what I
don't
was thinking. I thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had to fight for Zaire. You would have just gotten it. But yeah, it would have been the same. The outcome in South America would have been the same, and obviously we got South America turn 4, so it would not have mattered at all. I guess. I guess we would have had the ops to take Mexico on turn 3, but he would have just been able to take it with Junta, so it doesn't matter.
Maybe I'd have to go back and watch to see if we could have spared the ops for it. But I was talking about just taking Japan on turn 2, just so we didn't have to fight in Asia when we were on turn 3.
Yeah.
It was tough because we needed to take Europe too for the same reason, but so we had to spend a lot of ops, but we might have been able to just get to the 3 battlegrounds. I mean, this is all just academic. I think almost nothing makes that much of a difference there. He got D-stall and decall and rolled well in his coups and got a whole bunch of ops.
And completely ignored Africa, and then it never came.
Yeah, just go. You shouldn't spend any D card ops in Africa because the scoring will just not come.
Yeah, that was so. When he puts 4 into Southeast Asia with decall, I think it's a pretty clear signal he's got the scoring. But all he could really do there was grab Thailand.
Yeah, you handle that as best you could.
Make him play China.
Yeah, no, nothing you could have done differently there.
Yeah, all of decall and China to get Asia Dom like that's a win for you. You know, you'll give up the VP one time and then he doesn't get the access in Africa. But when it's 26 VPs on turn 4, that's just rough.
Yeah, the first game was very interesting. Me and Justin definitely had some things we did not like from both players in game 1. More on the Feng side than on your side, but that was a very entertaining game to watch. We think Feng should have just won in final in that one, or at least tied.
Really? What could he have done?
Well, he had brush and he had a coup, and he had central in hand on turn 10. If he should
just brushed Mexico.
Yeah, if he just brushes Mexico before the scoring, he saves. That's a 5 VP flip in Central, and then because it goes from 2 to 7, and then another 5 in final, so that's a 10 VP swing. Or if he cooed Brazil. If he just coos Mexico there instead, he gets Mexico and then doesn't even need to use brush in Central, and he uses brush in Italy like he did. And then you maintain Dom in South, but he scores Dom in Central with the scoring, and then again in final. Excuse me, scores control in Central in turn 10, and then again in final, and at least gets the tie, which because he's the higher seed is a win for him.
Yeah.
He also maybe can actually take advantage of China card because you probably still have to give him China card in that situation with Usuri, and now he doesn't have brush that he wants to use on AR7.
Yeah, you don't want to
So he could just
play an event like Brush on AR7. That's a terrible waste of the US's last play.
Yeah, that gave me a heart attack because I was just like, well, I thought I was up like 13, which I think ended up being true. And I was like, he can't use brush because he can't get 13 points from anything. But then I was like, I made a horrible mistake here. But no. That late war, the early and mid war were great for me in that game, but that late war was stressful.
Yeah, you had a couple garbage hands. It was like you said, it was a great thing you held Bear Trap. We were worried, or I was worried about him using 5-year plan, so you couldn't hold it. But
yeah, I think he should have done that. I was a little worried about that myself, but what did he do 5-year plan? I'm going to go to that one if I can find it.
I think he could.
I think it was. I think it was part of the Haiti Guatemala coup series.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of that, wasn't there?
It didn't end up mattering. He successfully did realign you out of Cuba before the scoring came, but there was the one point where it was a very important realign, and he took a one-op realign on it, and then we got to coup back, and then he spent a bunch more time cooing back and forth there, when he could have just spent like a 2 or a 3-op and almost guaranteed it.
Yeah. When he said the TS gods didn't, I was like, well, they didn't, but you kind of left.
You can't trust an important realign like that to a 1-op. Now, I guess I would have been fine if Haiti and Nicaragua were at 5 and 6, like they were by the end, and it's like, because okay, if I miss on this one, like I'll get another chance later. But they weren't. They were very cooable. And
the other thing was you had that known brush war in hand, and he scored Africa before he got any Italy protection, and it was like, well, if you leave it hanging, you can't be that sad when the 50-50 hits. Like, just take Portugal there, and you might not even try it because now you're down to a 33%.
Yeah, you probably go Panama instead if he goes Portugal.
I think so. Like I was just like, oh my god! Like I almost didn't score South. I almost brushed Italy first, but I just didn't have good ops. If he decided to attack, which he obviously didn't have good ops with his unknowns. Oh, because his unknowns were 2 good scorings for him, among other things. So I was worried that if I didn't drop South, then it would get attacked. I wasn't going to get stuff off. So I was like, well, and he hadn't paid any attention to Italy yet, so I was hoping he still wouldn't.
Yeah. I liked getting rid of South. I thought that was a good play. Just score your VPs, put them in the bank, and then deal with brush the next round. And you hit, and again, you hit the roll in Italy. So you hit a 4 on Italy, right?
I think it was a 4. Yeah.
Yeah, you hit a 4. So you either wouldn't have. So if he puts one in Portugal, and you try Italy, you miss, or you would have tried something else that is not as valuable as Italy.
Yeah, I'm pretty conservative with my brush wars. I probably would have done Panama, maybe even tried to coup Colombia before doing it.
Yeah, also him giving you Pershing with Portugal, Greece, Turkey like they were, I thought was nuts. But you to your point, you were going to event sock Govs to do that anyway.
That freed up my hand because I was actually debating. Yeah, I was actually debating, like, I got to do the Iron Lady, but I think I want to get this sock Govs off first. It's just, that actually really freed up my hand, too.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall we thought you played pretty well the first game. you had some things go your way, but I mean, there were some things that didn't go your way that game too. So thought you played well that one. Second game, I don't think there's that much to talk about. There maybe a couple things we would have done differently, but I don't think there's anything you could have done that would have changed the outcome of that game.
Yeah. Certainly wasn't 26 VPs worth. I don't think there was even 6 VPs worth. Or 7, I suppose.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the whole Egypt poke thing when I had Nasser in hand. I was also playing ops into France with the Gaul in hand. Like, that was a weird turn. I was trying to do weird things to make him wait on D-stall, but I don't know if that all worked out.
JR was talking about how he should have delayed his D-stall for another AR and just taken Libya and put one in Venezuela. There was no rush to D-stall there. He should have just taken Libya. Instead, he D-stalled and completely ignored Africa, didn't even go Nigeria, and he put one into Libya, which he already had access to, which, I mean, your poke made him do, which was wasteful for him. So
instead of putting it in Africa.
I didn't want to see Suez evented there. I don't remember what the Europe situation was, but it was very precarious. So my thinking was kind of like, well, if I poke Egypt, I'm probably getting him to play Suez for ops because I think he had Suez, D-stall, Marshall, and containment.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember one thing. The main thing we didn't like from your game one was Libya was sitting there at 1 op for so long, maybe forever. And we were
for a long time.
For a really long time. We were like, please fill Libya. And then what do you call it? Camp David came and it was still at 1. It was very sad.
Oh yeah, and then I got domed. Yeah, that was a bit, that wasn't good.
Yeah, that was a
that whole. And then that Hooter realign was
the shuttle that we at the time also thought was going to be completely harmless, like no big deal. Actually gave him a little Middle East storm there.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen.
Well, thanks for
11:30 in this terrible time zone that I am in.
All right.
Jeremy, any final thoughts on this one?
No, thank you guys for streaming. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for providing the game, JR. Thanks for joining in, JR. Anything else?
Nope. Just thanks for letting us stream it. I'm sure the viewers will appreciate it as well.
Yeah. All right. It's bedtime here on the East Coast. It's long past bedtime. But thank you to Jeremy for sending the game to us for streaming. Thank you, JR, for joining for commentary. And thanks most of all to you for watching. We'll be back next week with the ITSL playoffs. My next round games against Tomas. Game 1 on Tuesday afternoon, it looks like. So looking forward to that. But until next time, this is Justin Abramson. We hope you enjoyed this game as much as we enjoyed bringing it home to you. That was fun, but now it's done. So long, everybody.